I ask you about love, but they quote me a song. You never looked at a woman so believe on feeling like God put an angel on earth just for you, could rescue you from the depths of hell, and you wouldn't know what it's like to be her angel.
Hi guys, welcome back. It's Right again. I've just been thinking about a lot of things in my mind, and I wanted to do at least like a speed art of Sherlock Holmes and Watson, but it's my two friends. So, as the time of recording this, I've already moved into a different college dorm. You wouldn't know it, but like the intro that I used for this video and the video you're seeing now are completely different dorms, but it's the same desk. I know, it's really freaky. So the backdrop will always be the same. So today I just wanted to talk to, I guess, myself and you in the audience about how awkward I am. I am very awkward with talking sometimes, and I would say and but it doesn't really bother me as much as I thought it would, because in reality we kind of need uhs and ums. And hms. Those are also pretty important. It's almost like trying to fill like a gap in the words that you need to think about. And it kind of makes you sound like you're thinking before you speak, you know. I can't help but like think about how much that the channel is going pretty okay. I'm not saying it's going incredible, but I love doing a variety of different kinds of content. I can't help but make all sorts of kinds of content just to, you know, have something artistic on the plate. Oh, I can do video editing and things like that. Yeah, but this is more of a very raw footage of just me just drawing. Actually, I've been drawing every single day for about 3 months. Almost every single day. There's been like maybe 1 or 2 days I'd skip, but other than that, I've been drawing every single day. I even drew a picture this morning before I started recording this. I didn't think that I would go back to this kind of format of doing speed art, but I think it's going to get even better when I get the tablet. I actually ordered a tablet recently so I can finally draw and like actually practice digital art even better than before. Because this tablet is like different from the one that I've been using. It's not all scratched up and like beat up. So, audience, how are all of you doing today then? Me, I definitely miss a lot of things, like just making videos like this. Like I know I haven't been the most consistent person, but man, I actually do enjoy just talking. I think I just enjoy talking more than like actually doing the video making process, which is really funny to me. Actually, pretty soon I'm gonna be recording for a very special project that's gonna be uploaded on a separate channel, so I'll announce it when that happens. This isn't supposed to be an update video, oh my god. This is just supposed to be me talking about myself. I can't help but stress how much that I really enjoy people do actually like my content and actually enjoy watching me for who I am. Because you haven't really seen my face, I assume, for most of the people in the audience. And that's okay. I'm fine with that. It's just that it feels nice that at least somebody out there is just enjoying the content for what it is, rather than like what it could be. And I myself am enjoying any kind of content that I just produce. Like, I love making anything and everything. So, at this point, it might be like a shopping haul or something random, but I think I feel as if there's no true identity. I just like to make random content, and that's fine by me. Like doing a Let's Play, sure. Drawing, doing speed art, sure. And I don't mind those kinds of things. I don't mind that I get to do whatever the heck I want. But I just get all this like nervousness knowing that I'm not consistent. And maybe that's just the fear of a content creator that some people go through. And I haven't been a content creator for that long. I did make content when I was younger for YouTube, but I wasn't partnered or anything, or I wasn't like, it was all for fun. And that's okay. Yeah, I remembered I started my first YouTube channel. It's deleted now, sadly, so none of the videos are there. You can't find it. It's like impossible to find. But I made it's funny because I started with a show called the Pikachu and Piplup Show. And then now I'm going back to making a Pokemon themed project. So yeah, that's a sneak preview, I guess you could say. Of what's going to be. And I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited for what's to come out of this. Other than that, I'm just like watching the video as we're actually as I'm talking, and wow, I realized how much I love drawing hair. I love drawing this character's hair. I copied the image, or more like reference. Copying is like really hard to, like, you can't just say that without it being out of context. I used the reference of Sherlock Holmes, who's in The Great Ace Attorney, as my reference for this guy's hair, and it turned out really good. Maybe I'll put a zoom in as soon as possible. Anyway, I absolutely have been just enjoying myself now more than ever with my art. Like, now I'm a little bit more confident with my art, to the point where, like, yeah, I actually can look at my art and say, yeah, so there's something good about this, but I know I can improve even better. Now we're just getting into the topic of, like, what is my art style? Like, now that I look at my art being drawn, being made by my own hands in a video, I notice like these little intricacies of my own art that I didn't think about until now. For example, I won't do all of the intricate details on something, and rather I'd simplify it so it's more cohesive and understandable. I love it when you just take like a simplistic design, or make a complex design and make it simplistic, but you also understand what's going on in the drawing. Like, I didn't put all these details of like steampunk that is seen in like Sherlock Holmes. Look, I'll just call him Sherlock Holmes. Localization team, I hate you, but I also love you. Capcom, please don't sue me. Anyway, now we're already switching to Watson. That's my friends. You can actually, I'll link their, who the people are in the description down below. So that would be fun. I just realized how I like did the hands. Like, I do hands when it's necessary to tell the story of what's happening with their hands, rather than trying to just make it a circle or just don't put hands at all. I'd rather I take the intricacies of hands and understand it. Oh, there's my ladybug eraser. Oh my god, there it goes. Yeah, that's a vacuum cleaner for your eraser shavings. It's so cute. I love it very much. So we're just gonna be bouncing off the walls and everything. Personally, like, just me watching myself like actually draw things is like, it's kind of strange to watch yourself draw versus when you're actually drawing. Because when you're actually drawing, you already have like, you're already like, for me at least, the picture is like slowly coming to you. But now for me, it's the picture is, or I already know what the picture is, so I'm able to understand what's going on. Definitely when drawing this, I had to do a lot of reference work, because I don't know how to draw Sherlock Holmes off the top of my head. I don't think unless you have like photographic memory, not everybody will make an art piece exactly how it's supposed to be. Everybody has like their own intricacies of ways of interpreting this piece of work. For example, I emphasize more on the face and the basic like shape of the clothes rather than the intricacies of the clothes. And that's totally fine. That's something that some people don't like doing, some people do like doing that. And I may not be an art student. I am far from it. I am far from an art student. I am just, I'm a med student. Far from it. I could never, like, I don't want to do art school or things like that. I self taught everything to myself and read and learned and researched and studied. And I wouldn't say I study art every day, theoretically, like that, but like I definitely like read a lot about art on a not a daily basis, but definitely on a very consistent basis. I wouldn't say weekly, I wouldn't say monthly. I just don't know. I just know that I tend to research and read about art a lot. So, I'm kind of excited to just keep filling the void of my channel with all of these kinds of videos. And they're fun to make anyway. They're easy for me to make. They're not very taxing, and I don't have to do as much editing as I used to. I won't be using the filters for these because I think it's better to raw dog, like just get this raw footage and look at it and see like how I did everything. It's just how I kind of like to function. Also, you saw there, I have like a boba tea. I know. I have a boba tea like pencil case. I love it very much. It's very helpful when studying. And now we're already at the inking process, and I gotta say, watching myself like do the inking is crazy fun. That's really fun. Sometimes you gotta sit down. Sometimes for me, I have to sit down and just watch myself do art to really appreciate that, wow, I actually did this. Like, and some people don't really do that. It's very surprising how artists very, very much do not have that same feeling of, oh my god, I just realized that arm is like not proportionate. Oh my god. Oh, that's awful. Oh no. Well, it's okay. It's already over now, so like just watching like, no. Oh my god. Anyway. Artists tend to very much downplay themselves on their own art, and I think everybody was like that when you started art. You're very much like, oh, I wish I could draw like this. Wish I could draw like that. And sometimes I have those days where I can't. I feel like my art just wasn't as good enough as I could. But to me, and after all this time that I've been drawing for this long and like loving what parts of art that I love about my own art and really like reflecting on what are the parts of art that make it good, I can't help but like understand my art the way that I do. And I understand it by saying, well, I really like how I just don't understand what is my art style. It just is my art style. And that's so unique. It's not anime, it's not cartoon. It looks cartoony, yeah, but there's anime elements. And it does look like an anime, but it has cartoony elements that, would be a sin in like anime. Like having kind of smaller eyes or kind of having simplistic designs like this. But again, art is always subjective. I can't help but like look at other people's art and say, wow, this is amazing. Like this is just way better than my own art by like a long shot. But nobody can ever recreate your art style. It's just impossible. No one can truly recreate how you make your art. It's just facts. And now we're getting into the, oh no, why did I do that? Oh my goodness, I did not ink the bag right. Do you see that? Oh my goodness. I just saw that with my own two eyes. Oh my goodness. Get a close-up shot on that. Oh my goodness. Are you serious? I cut through the belt. It's okay. But anyway, Sometimes we make mistakes, and sometimes that's okay. Anyway, art is so subjective that like I could just sit here and talk about like I like your art the way that it is. I will. And I love how art is seen by you. Sometimes there are moments where I may not like the art style of this person, and that's just as valid as you think too. Art is just as subjective as it can be. I've been rambling on about art for so long in this. I kind of like that this video is just a collaboration of all these different kinds of thoughts and feelings I have today. It's almost like a strange diary. A very, very, very strange diary where I get distracted by my own video and like look at myself and say, yeah, I really did a good job on this art piece. Art is so vast and wonderful. I understand why people like will really beat themselves up over art and like say like, man, I suck at art, or man, this is not good. And that's just nature, to feel feel desires like that. That's just in our nature, you know. We can't help but always compare who is normal and who is not, and who's the best and who's not. It's just in the human way of life. It may not be the best life that we live and not the most ideal, but it is the way that we think. Now we're talking like I guess smart talk. I am never able to pronounce this word. Philosophically, we are able to talk about these kinds of topics. I guess the last topic I'll talk about now is that why do I enjoy art? Why do I keep drawing every single day? I draw every single day because I feel as if I have no proper escape anymore. And drawing was always meant to be for me. I don't really like showcasing my art. I don't like posting on social media anymore because of how very stressful the art community is. The internet is a very stressful place. It always will be. But making this YouTube channel and knowing that I'm not as like big and like popular as like most other people is something that I can't help but express. Like, yeah, I really appreciate I'm just a small channel and I believe in like making my videos in art. If I could, I'd make videos every day, but my computer will not be able to handle it and it would cry. Regardless, I absolutely enjoy how I'm just drawing each and every day. I just love art because I just love drawing so much because, I can pull this thing from my brain and put it into my paper, and this is it. This is the culmination of how much I've learned over the time. And I love every moment that I get to draw these characters and draw whatever. It's mystical, it's magical to me that I feel better after completing this artwork of any kind, of any medium, whether it be a video or drawing, or I make like a origami piece, or I make a flip book. I may not be very arts and craftsy, but I definitely love just sitting down, making this, and saying, damn, I really did just make that, huh? Sorry, I had like a coffee. Anyway, I guess art to me is like so important to my life now more than ever. And I started late. I started very late in art. I started, I think, like when I was like 10 or 11 years old. It's like when I started middle school. Middle school was such an interesting time for me when it came to art. Like I'm one of those people who I started with like anime art, the anime art style. And you actually saw if you watch the like let's try draw manga together video. I'll link it in the card up above. But I mentioned that that was my first book in learning how to draw. And damn, like sometimes I wish I was able to learn the basics first then go back, because sometimes for me I learned the basics but much later in life. Definitely much later than life. So, in the end, like, you just have to keep practice. Like, people will always tell you, like, you just have to keep practicing. But that's so, like, hard to say, because practice has to be productive, and also, you're also having fun with art. I hope you're not, like, distressing over art when you draw. I'd rather that people have so much fun with art that it doesn't kill them. I've seen so many people. I used to, I'm like I was kind of in the art community in a lot of fandoms and hanging out with them, and like knowing like the common threads of people going like, man, I hate my art, or man, I don't enjoy what I made, or damn, like this art is just gonna destroy me. Like I can't believe how much like the art community and social media has seriously damaged the way that somebody can look at their art. It's I think it's just sad, and but I don't but I kind of love advocating for positive things, to look at your art, learn from your mistakes, understand your art. It's best to understand your art and understand as a practice method. And this is coming from a guy who's like literally not look, I just like I self study, so I don't know what it's like for art students and artists in general, like actual paid artists, but I love to understand my art rather than keep practicing, because if I practice a bad habit, it will stay there forever. You can teach it out of yourself, and it's completely possible, but it's hard. But that's willpower. Now that's going into the idea of willpower, and that's why we as people love to learn. I love learning. I love learning about art and understanding what makes art art. But that, again, is all subjective. And that, again, is kind of hard to explain.